Valerie from the Highland Homestead here. I know we're all suffering quite a lot with this coronavirus, and maybe a lot of us don't know quite what to do with the shops emptying out and green stuff becoming rarer and rarer. It made me consider what I would have done as a young person trying to feed a family, and I wondered what advice I could give to help. Many of us have very small gardens and limited space to grow things in. So what I wanted to do was dedicate one of my polytunnel beds to try and show you how you can grow food even in a small area. It may not be prolific, you may not have tons of food from it, but even once a week to get something fresh to eat, or a salad, to go with your meal, would be beneficial at this time. I'm sure you'd agree. So if you have a small garden, maybe it's dedicated to flowers at the moment, it doesn't mean you can't grow fruit and vegetables amongst it. You can always line the edges of any beds with, alternative lettuce plants, for example. If you had red and green lettuce alternatively, that can look really beautiful. What about this chard? This is the chard I was mentioning, and as you can see, it's the equal of a lot of plants, certainly grasses that we're putting in now, so it would be a wonderful addition to any border. Such a beautiful leaf, look at it. This is all that red, and then the back is just as pretty. Over here we've got the darker red. I mean, someone's had a dinner out of that one, but what a beautiful leaf that is as well. Smashing addition to any flower garden. I'm sure you'll agree that that was a truly pretty plant that's the equal of any grass plant we go and buy nowadays to beautify our borders. Except this has the advantage you can eat it. You can use the leaves like spinach, the ribs, because it grows, quite long, thick ribs. You can blanch that, you can have it in cheese sauce, you can stir fry it, any number of things, and it's full of vitamins, which is wonderful. Also in your potager, you could put tomato plants, little bean plants, anything. What I would say right at the beginning of this is that seeds are getting quite scarce. What I did was I went online, and I went on Amazon to start with, and from them I did buy bean seeds, and I bought some borage plants because you can eat the flowers from those. So I'm looking at flowers you can eat as well. So if you've got a potager, you could put things like borage in there. You could grow nasturtiums, which are a wonderful flower to eat the flowers of as you walk around. Or if you leave them till they go to seed, then you can use the seeds as an alternative to capers in your different recipes. So have a look at edible flowers. I know there are many more, but I don't want to mislead you because I can't remember them offhand. That you could actually add in your border that would give you a little more to eat. I wonder who else is providing, still, because I know a lot of the big seed companies are having to struggle to send out orders. So I went to one of my old favourites, is Robinson seeds, and sure enough there was no problem. I ordered broad beans, French beans, cucumbers, because for some reason I forgot to order cucumbers this year. I ordered about 5 different things from them with no problem whatsoever. I also looked at a site called realseeds.co.uk, and I could have ordered from them with no problem. I went on to Sutton's, which is I think suttons.co.uk. They was less easy, but they still have, lots on there. It may just be a wait. And of course, you could always buy little plug plants, which would help you start, your garden a bit quicker. So there's plenty of options still out there, but you do need to be quick and get in, as soon as you can. While you're waiting for your seeds to come through, if your ground isn't, that good for growing in, there's still things you can do. You may very well have containers of tomato feed. People often buy those, to give to their flowers. That's excellent. You know, hold on to it. Also, while you're doing your daily walks, which we're still allowed to do evidently, take a carrier bag, take some scissors and some gloves, and as you go along where you see nettles or comfrey or, you know, this type of product, snip it off and put it in your bag. When you get home, put the nettles or the comfrey into a bucket, press it down and fill it with water. You leave this, stirring it, you know, daily if you can, because it will break it down quicker. Leave this for about 3 weeks and you have got a really rich fertiliser then for your garden, which I think is about 10 to 1. You may need to check it up online how you should do that, but there's plenty of direction for you to find out how to make these fertilisers online. So you can get that ready while you're waiting for your seeds to arrive and waiting for them to pop up. If you can start them off indoors, well, that's good because you stand less chance of losing them to slugs. But if you've got a bit of soil and you can find a way of covering it with cloches or polythene, do that because that will protect them as well. I'm in a polytunnel, so mine are protected a certain amount. Certainly not from slugs. They still seem to find their way in, but that can get you started anyway. So here I've got this bed, which I figured would probably be the sort of size of a very small amount of garden you could dedicate maybe to vegetable growth. It's 10 square meters. No, it's not 10 square meters. It's 10 square foot for us old people. About 1 square meter for you modern fellas. These are what I thought I would have a go at. People love salad leaves, don't they? These are the cut and come again. Salad leaves take, at this time of year, about 21 days, I think they said. They can vary between sort of 14 and 40 days, I think, to come to fruition. But if you get these sort of leaf ones where you can just pick what you want at the time, they're a real good thing to get. So I thought one of the things we'd do would be salad leaves. The other thing, radish. I mean, radish is a lovely thing, very quick to grow, and you can grow it in between, you know, different rows of plants. They come up very quickly, ready to eat within 25 days. I mean, that's not bad. Row of carrots, you can eat them small, you can eat them large, so you can take them as tiny ones or you can leave them to be bigger. But a word of warning, if you grow them low down on the ground, they will need protection from carrot fly. If you pull them or disturb them, they're attracted to the smell. So just be aware of that, and if they're under a cloche, they should be okay. I've got here dwarf bean seeds. If you've got climbing bean seeds, that's just fine. You know, they just need something to climb up. But for, you know, this exercise, I'm doing smaller ones. I've also got a packet of rocket, which does what it says on the packet. It grows like a rocket. This should come through in 7 to 14 days, so you can be eating some hot, peppery green stuff or adding it to your food in no time at all. You know, I was talking earlier about a potager garden. This is leaf beet. This is the type of thing that you would grow. You can grow them indoors and then plant them out in the garden as you would seedling flowers. Or if you want to, you can grow them and eat them as tiny leaves. I'll see if I've got enough room in this to put them in. I'm not sure yet. And then the final thing I'm going to put in is peas. I love growing peas nowadays because you can take the tips out and they're gorgeous. I have to resist when I'm growing them, not nicking them all the time. So what I've done is, you may be able to see, I've got a small trellis that I've just put at the back of this bed to enable me to grow the peas up here. These aren't very big. These are actually, as I say, dwarf ones. You can get long training ones. Nothing wrong with them if you've got the space to grow tall ones. They're fabulous. But for the sake of this, I've got the dwarf ones. I've got one Gardener's Delight seedling. It's one of my favourite. And I've also got a Yellow Delight seedling, which is something I've not tried before, but if it's anything like Gardener's Delight, it'll be good. So, how am I going to plant this up? I'm going to put one of the tomatoes there, and I'm going to put the other tomato here. This bed has been enriched. I should put the peas in between, and they can all use the trellis to grow from. So we're going to have peas in the middle. That'll go there. Gardener's Delight here. And we've got Yellow Delight here. In front of those, I'm going to put the French bean seeds. So they will go in a row all the way across. These will be next. There we go. So this will take me up to about here, because they will take up a bit of room, the bean. So as I've got these bean seeds are going to grow up, I'm going to put carrots next because they'll grow down. So we'll have a row of carrots, front to back across here. They can go there. So that's the carrots. Let's have the salad leaves, shall we? Because we want the salad leaves. That'll be another row across here, salad leaves. I think next I'm going to do the rocket. So that can go there. That'll be the rocket. Then I've got the radish, so that can have a row of radish there in the front. And there we are. So in a very small space, we're going to be growing 2 tomatoes, peas, beans, carrots, lettuce, rocket and radish. So there's something there for everybody. Obviously what you don't like, grow something different. But that just gives you an idea. So long as this is kept watered, that will be great. So I've got to get on planting this now. I don't really want to keep you much longer because I want you to order them seeds before they run out. I do plan to make another video of growing in containers, growing in trays, growing in small pots. I hope that's been of help. I don't want to keep you because I want you to get out there and start getting them seeds. So all the best. Please stay safe. Bye bye for now.